Hey dudes, in this episode we are finishing up the greenhouse tower and platforms, and we are building a bridge at TheeRealDuke, and that's all happening right now. Oh, what is going on, dudes? It is TheeRealDuke, and I'm coming to you from the Craftage Survival Multiplayer server. It's a game called Minecraft. Have you heard of it? It's sweet. You should check it out. I think it's fun. I'm just jumping around here. So how you guys doing? I don't even know what day it is. How is your week going? If it's the weekend, how is your weekend going? If it is early in the week, how was your weekend? I don't know. Anyway, how you doing? You good? Are you good? Because I am doing good. You can see... I just feel like putting a torch there. Probably don't need it, but you can see, look at, holy crap, look at all this work we got done, dudes. Gotta tell you, this took hours and hours and hours. It was not easy because it took a lot of time. In terms of difficulty and skill, well, hopefully last episode you got a little something out of it. You can see that it really wasn't rocket surgery or something. So in the inside here, okay, we can see how we're doing, right? I made a couple little changes in here, which I'm not sure you'll be able to tell. I strategically placed torches so that from the outside looking in, it would look like the stained glass is glowing at night, and it does. And I added just this little stair right there, and right there, and then around the circle at those same locations on the other, I guess, main entrances. You can see I finished up the floor. Wherever there is dirt, there shall soon be a tree. There soon shall be a tree. I think this should be outlined in like the smooth half slab. You know what I mean? To finish off that edge, I think it looks weird how this edge ends. It's just like stone brick and then grass. But check out, man, check this out in here. Look at this. Look at all the structures in there. Look at that. They are virtually identical. I'm sure I messed up at a couple spots, but I tried really hard not to. I tried hard to pay attention. The amount of focus was, man, I was useless on InfiniteHeights the couple hours. It was about a day that it took me to just building and building and build, and went through virtually all of my cobble, smelted. I had to stop. I had to go mining. I filled up my entire inventory with cobble. Used my my item elevator in there, which actually worked really well. It was actually sweet, which, you know, I knew it would because I built them before, but, you know, it was cool to just use it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is all built up. Let's head up there. We don't have, and I'm dying. I'm dying to death. I'm starving to death. We don't have an easy way to get up there yet, but right there is room for an elevator, a piston elevator, and I think I'm going to use a specific kind of design for that. Do we even have a way to get up there? We're going to have to get up going this way. Sorry. We don't really have a good way to get up there. I want to put a piston elevator to get up there, but the easiest way to get up there from the base is going to be a bridge. And at the end of this episode, towards the end of this episode, I'd like to get up there and try that. But, you know, let's talk a little bit more about what we accomplished here. So I went around and I did the standardized crenellations. I did the standard crenellations around the edge, and it starts to look like a just rad kind of crown, like this really gnarly, aggressive crown. And when I was walking around the at the bottom here, you can see I fattened up the pillars at the bottom. When I was walking around, it looked a little too thin and a little, I don't know, flimsy, I guess, at the bottom. So I just kind of bumped out all the way around, and on the sides I actually kind of bumped them up quite a bit, just to kind of add more visual weight to the bottom to balance out the structure. And I think that that helped a lot in terms of how I feel about it overall with regard to, you know, the, I don't know, I guess the impact, because the top looks crazy, and then when you looked at the bottom, it was just vert that line straight down, and it didn't, I don't know. Again, it looked a little bit flimsy, looked a little thin, so I fattened it up a little bit, which I think is sweet. And then check out all this space up here. It is ridiculous. This is going to take me some time after I put all this dirt up here and seeded it with a couple grass blocks. I mean, you can tell how long this took, right? You can tell how long this took because I made this whole thing in dirt, and I put like 2 or 3 blocks of grass that I mined with Silk Touch, right, up in here. to seed the thing, and it's all filled in. It took quite a bit of time. I was sleeping up here. It was pretty nuts. So yeah, so then around, and then so around the edge. I mean, this is kind of a lot of space, and around the edges here, we're gonna keep this crenellation treatment kind of happening. Instead of doing on the bridges, instead of doing this kind of thing with the upside down stairs that go along, if I can get there, this kind of thing right here, instead of kind of doing those around the edge of the bridges, I kept you can see I already have upside down stairs that run along the edge of the bridges that span the distance between that span the gap between the platforms and the top of the greenhouse. But I wanted to keep it like that because it kind of keeps a thin but sturdy profile, and so that was just a choice that I made that I think worked out well. So I decided to keep that, and then just you got to be careful. Every other one I threw in just a smooth stone half slab, and I think it works out okay. So the bridges are thick enough that they look like they're sturdy, and they're not any thicker than they need to be, and so I kind of like the balance there. And then just this light treatment with the stone brick stair blocks. So I think that's pretty solid. We're missing some of this action. There. Did I skip it over here too? I think I did. Yeah, I did. So I mean, I've done, and I've shown you how I do the crenellations along the edges multiple times. I'm not gonna go through it again here with you guys. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through and watch me do it again. But what I will tell you is, I'm gonna start from this side, from the outermost side, and work my way in, kind of going around. It's gonna be, they are asymmetrical because one side of the circle at the top plugs into a bridge, some part somewhere, and then that one in the distance and this one closer to me here are mirror images of each other. So they're going to be different as we go around from each other too. They're non-superimposable mirror images of each other. And then this one and this one are symmetrical though. So we will be able to do that, except for, and this is what I wanted to get working on today, except for this part right here. Because where this is, what we're going to do is we're going to start here, and this is going to be the left edge. And it's going to plug in right here. There's going to be a left edge of a bridge. And then 7 blocks in that direction, perfectly laterally from here, will be the other edge of the bridge, which is going to be somewhere over there. And why did I pick 7? Because 7 is the language of the width of bridges for me. It's, it allows me to fit the edge, it allows me to fit the lip, it allows me to fit grass, a 3-wide platform as I smash a torch by accident, another edge of grass just kind of for detail, and then this edge detail here, and I use it on these, and because they're connecting it to there, I think it works. And also, if you just glance down here, one, well, that's actually a bad spot to pick, but 1, 2, 3 grass edge, right? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the grass, and then if there were an edge there, that would be 7. So, that's the language. It'll look like it fits there, and I'm just going to give one spot for where this column is. I'm not going to touch that column. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and bridge myself right on out there. It's actually, so what's awesome is that this surface and the main surface in my storage room are at the same level, but I would have to do some pretty massive remodeling in here and messing with the surface up here, and then messing with where those trees are and the supports are to raise this high enough for me to walk through it and have that connect straight. Because what I could also do is then this would come straight from here to right here as I break another torch. I'm like, man, I have serious aim with those. So I could come straight from here to where I am now, okay, and then that would be sweet because it would just be straight shot. I mean, I would love that. But this whole thing above here would be changed. And that also relates to the wall on the inside of the storage room, and I'd have to tear all that out. I could just come, and just bring the path from here, right next to this chest, next to the ender chest that comes down. Remember, the brewing is right around the corner there, so I could just bring that down and then just wind it back down to this path. No sweat. That would be easy. Or I could even close this off here, Get rid of that. Just make a smooth stone wall there, and then move this whole section, and put it right there, and then it would just go doot 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 doot, and then I'd be able to come down and walk around here. But that's a huge mess of work. So I'm gonna improvise a little bit, just a tad. So this one lines up to here, and then we're gonna have to drop down 2 blocks over this span, which is gonna be a breeze. So actually, we should think about what we're doing. Let me see here. Let me come down here. Let me get a good vantage point over to here. Let me measure out 7. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be the edge. Not what I wanted to use. 7. This is going to be the outermost edge. Okay. You know what? This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough to figure from just looking top down. So I think we're just going to have to suck it up, build a small dirt bridge to work on the underside instead of building it all up at once. We're just going to have to suck it up because there's going to be some complicated angles and arches and architecture kind of happening in there. And I'll throw some pillars under here, some of these wood log pillars, structures, maybe an arch or two going in this direction. But for now, let's just see what this thing looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet. Let's just take it nice and slow, nice and slow. Torch it up, torch it up. Boom, 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 boom. When we get close, I hope we're not going to hit our heads here. I think we got plenty of room. And we're going to jam it as close as we can in here so that we have the longest consistent span. So it might actually be nice. What I'm thinking about now is how shallow I can make this here to connect it with up here. So we're going to have to break some of this. This might be a little weird at first, but you know, let me just screw around here for a second, and then we'll see where this goes. Okay, you just gotta screw around a little bit, and I'm just gonna put these up as placeholders. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these gotta go. Which I figured they would. But there's no sense, you know. I mean, no sense in tearing it out if it works out that we might not have to. And I'm just got my haste 2 just ripping through all this good stuff. I'm gonna need more smooth stone there. It happens. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Rather it be a little bit too easy than a little too hard, I think. So how is this gonna work along this space here? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Does that work? Does that look okay? And then we're able to, yeah. And then we're still able to access this. This will be blocked off and unusable because of where the bridge is anyway. So the fact that it's there and I got a little bit of grass there that I'm not gonna see anymore is pretty irrelevant. So we can bring this like really far in here, I think. Is that, yeah, I clear it. Nice. All right. So let's bring this other one over, and then we'll have more of a sense of, you know, we'll have the bridge a little bit more fleshed out, and then we'll see. We'll take a look at it from over there. We'll take a look at it from back in there, from down there, and see if any adjustments jump out at us immediately as being, you know, critical, or maybe this whole thing is a terrible idea and we just got to tear it down. It's possible, and if, you know, we want to think about being good builders, we need to entertain that possibility. Hey, maybe this isn't going to work and we're going to need to have, you know, rethink and tear this whole sucker down. It's possible. It's possible. So this will probably be closed up like this, right? Yeah, so let's switch these to slabs. Let's start smoothing this out a little bit. I could probably mine up all this stuff that I got in here, right? But I don't think I'm in that dire need of blocks at this time. So that's what we're looking at, right? Like that. We got a little bit of weirdness happening right here, just to accommodate the little angle that happens in this silly little angle that happens in this corner here. And then that carries across. This carries across also. And then the floor. And I think if we think about it, what we would have here's grass. Happen to have grass. Put that there. What I'm doing now is I'm filling it in how I feel like I remember, and this may be wrong, how I feel like, wow, I'm tearing this up. How I feel like I remember paths around the rest of the fortress. Does that make sense? So I'm just kind of going through, and I think there's a step here. There's a piece of dirt behind it with grass on it. It's gonna take us a minute to grow this grass back, right? But I think like that. And then if I do these center ones with this is what we're talking about. Is this making sense now? Can you see this kind of slowly materializing here? Okay, and then this strip will carry all the way out. Boom. Some lights. You know how paranoid I am about that kind of thing. So a step will work there and there still. And we're just going to throw 2 pieces of dirt here. I'm going to have to switch these out later, but that is all good, baby. And there we go. I had a nightmare for a second that when I grabbed the arrow, I was like, oh no, and I clicked. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna voxel something out of here. I was working with Adrian, cool dude, on InfiniteHeights server. He's on staff there. You may have seen him before. Seen him around. He and I were working on a secret project for the InfiniteHeights server, and we were trying to work on it last night. And I kept clicking crap with the arrow, which, if you don't know what it is, Voxel Sniper is a toolkit plugin for Minecraft servers that allows you to do massive kind of world generation scale building projects and landscape type stuff, landscaping, and just all kinds of crazy cool building type stuff that you can do automatically and very rapidly, many more times rapidly than you would be able to do even with creative, 1 block at a time. So it's a cool kind of thing. We have it on the server for staff to use for building projects, and we were testing out this secret project, and one of the things I had in my inventory through this testing was an arrow, and it was set to just basically turn whatever block I click into an air block, which just essentially, the net result is that I was accidentally making important blocks vanish. I was just turning them into vapor, and I think Adrian was hating me at that time. The block I kept hitting was a valuable block, and then it also had like signs on it, and the signs had like cool colors, which is part of some of the toolkits we have in some of the plugins on the server. And yeah, it was a mess, and I didn't do it on purpose, but it happened, and it was funny to me. I think a couple people in TeamSpeak were kind of giggling about it. I think it was kind of funny, but hey, it wasn't my hard work getting flushed down the tubes because someone I was working with was being an idiot. So maybe my perspective was a little bit different. Anyway, here we are. I'm just gonna throw down a couple hundred extra torches here, and then we'll check this out. So from over here, can we get a good vantage point? Not really. We're gonna head over there and see what it looks like. Because this is going to be a little bit of a longer span. Yeah, it's quite a bit longer span. So because it's a longer span, my gut move was to keep it 1 block wide along the edge. so that, I mean, it would be easy for me to build supports onto it and then rather than keeping that thin profile. So I'm going to check out some supports. I'm going to screw around with some supports, screw around with some logs, and see what I can come up with there. It may turn out that the most elegant way or the best looking way to do this is to keep the thin profile instead of, because right now I'm picturing 2 columns on each side. So I'll just build something out of dirt real quick to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. So let's say that this is the bridge, right? And so now we're gonna walk across the bridge this way, right? So what I'm picturing now is, you know, a support here, and then a support there, and then maybe another support here, and another support here, and then, you know, there'll be like an arch type shape that happens, you know, between them. You know, like how a bridge looks. You know what I'm talking about, right? So that's what I'm kind of thinking about now, but it might turn out that I should keep the profile of the sides a little bit thinner. And I make junk little mock-ups like this all the time. It helps me visualize exactly what I'm going. It helps me visualize proportions and stuff like that too. So I recommend people do it with something that's easy to get rid of, that doesn't use a huge amount of durability. Like, obviously, it's quick, so you wouldn't want to do this with obsidian, just to illustrate an example. You know what I mean? So the other alternative that I'm looking at is that, you know, we'll keep the thinner profile, or appearance of a thinner profile. The bridge is going to be the same thickness in the middle anyway. You know, if we do 2 legs or this design. So we'll keep a thinner profile similar, you know, to what these little bridges are right here, these 4 bridges, and then maybe we'll put just, you know, one support here and 1 support there, and that'll look normal. I kind of like this idea. I think this idea is nice and simple. I think it'll work out and look really cool in there. But, you know, I'm right now I'm struggling with making that decision and then just getting more into these logs, because the logs are a pain in the butt to use, but I'm loving the way that's turning out under there. But I'm going to be working on that between this episode and next episode. So that means I believe at this time that is it for this episode. I truly do hope you guys enjoy watching. Thank you so much for giving this a view. Next episode, that bridge will be done. All the crenellations around this section will be done, and I need to finish this and bring this around and then wrap it all the way around to the other side and connect it to that level, which is a huge deal. It's going to take so much dirt. It's going to be nuts, but I want to get started working on that. Connect it to this level over here. Right around there might be weird. It might be too close to that mountain. There's a lot of concerns. So we're going to be working on that for next episode, and I got to kill the heck out of this ender dragon. You know what I'm saying? I want to tunnel up through the roof of the nether by sprouting some old dark oak trees up in there. If you haven't seen Doc M's video on how to break bedrock, it's possible. Do it with trees, dude. I'll show you how to do that next episode. Perhaps, depending on how epically this turns out. We'll see. But essentially what I want to do is go through this portal here into the nether, walk a shorter distance in the nether, pop out at the end portal, and, you know, just kind of help that whole thing along. So that is it for me for this episode. Check out my YouTube channel for Let's Builds and Infinite Heights server contest videos. Head over to the Infinite Heights forums at InfiniteHeightsMC.com. Join me, my builds, and the great Infinite Heights community at play.infiniteheightsmc.com. Dudes, all levels of skill and awesomeness are welcome, as long as you're somewhat awesome. I mean, don't be a jerk, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a jerk, you can stay at home. We don't need you. But there's so many cool dudes. Beginners, new players, young, old, alike. All kinds of awesome kids on the Infinite Heights server. You should totally come check it out. It is only getting better. I do strongly encourage it. Hopefully I'll see you there, dudes. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again. I do truly appreciate your view, dude. Take it easy. TheeRealDuke. I'm out.